Now see a Van de Graaff generator. See here, actually this is a device which is used to develop high potential, that is the potential of few million volts, and that potential can be used to accelerate charged particles like electron, proton, etc. And these charged particles can be used for the various experiment in nuclear physics. So, working of the Van de Graaff generator based on the two facts, one is called that is a corona discharge. Corona discharge. This is corona discharge is actually action of sharp points. What happen in corona discharge? See here, suppose you have got the two bodies like this you have taken. Both are given the charge q1 and q2, having the different radius r1 and r2, and these two bodies are connected by a conducting wire. Sharing of the charges takes place unless the potential of both the bodies become equal. So, we can write the potential of the first body is here q1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught r1, and here V2 is equal to q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught r2. These two are equal. So, we can write here q1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught r1 is equal to q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught r2. These two will get cancelled. We can put the value of q1 and q2 in terms of the charge density. We can write here sigma 1 into 4 pi r1 square upon r1 is equal to sigma 2 into 4 pi r2 square upon r2. This cancel, and this 4 pi will get cancelled, and we will be getting sigma 1 upon sigma 2 is equal to r2 upon r1. Therefore, we can write sigma is proportional to 1 by r, where r is the radius. So, now see what happened when the charge is given to the any body or any whatever the shape of the body, then the charge density basically depends on the radius. Suppose you have taken like this example here, a body of the different radii. Suppose you are getting the body of like this in this case, and charge is given. Where is a more flat, this portion has got the smaller charge density, but the points like this is here where is the less flat, it has got the small radius, and in this case the charge density is very high. When the charge density is very high, so what happen? Nearby the air gets ionized. Suppose here the negative are here and positive, and these negative neutralizes these charge, but these positive charges are repelled outward. Because of this, spraying of the charges start. You can see if the charge density is very high of the positive, then positive charges start coming out through this end. So, this phenomenon is known as corona discharge. So, this is the one principle or one concept used in the working of the Van de Graaff generator. So, now let us discuss second principle behind the working of Van de Graaff generator. So, let us understand the second principle behind the working of Van de Graaff generator. Suppose you have got a conducting spherical shell like this, and in which you are giving the charge q, and its radius is suppose capital R. When charge q is given, that is uniformly distributed over the surface of this spherical shell. There is another spherical shell is inside it of a small radius, radius of a small r and having charge small q, that is inside this big spherical shell. Now, see, we calculate here the potential at the 2 points, one is at point A, another is at point B. So, total potential at point A can be written V A is equal to potential due to this small spherical shell, that is here q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r plus potential due to big spherical shell that will remain constant throughout inside the shell, it can be here q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r. Then we can write total potential at B, that is V B is equal to potential due to a small spherical shell, that is q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r plus q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r. Now, see here in this case, if you solve it, you will be getting V A minus V B is equal to, if you subtract these two, so we will be getting q upon 4 pi epsilon naught is common outside, and we will be getting here 1 upon r minus 1 upon r. We know it, r is less than r and q is here positive. Therefore, we can write V A minus V B is greater than 0, that means V A is greater than V B. It means potential at A is greater than the potential at B. Now, these two spherical cells are connected by using a conducting wire. As soon as you connect this by using a conducting wire, all the charges of this smaller spherical shell flows to the outer spherical shell, and whatever is the magnitude of the charge on the outer spherical shell, that is irrespective of the magnitude. So, all the charges from the inside will move outside. It means the charges here resides on the outer surface of the shell. So, now let us understand working of Van de Graaff generator. How does this Van de Graaff generator work, and what things are used to make it here? So, let us discuss its working here part by part. See here, there is a this portion is here, that is insulating supporting column, and here large metallic sphere, hollow sphere is here connected here. This is the metallic part, spherical in shape, large in size. Now, there are the two pulleys here, one pulley is over here, another pulley is over here. This is a motor driven pulley and this is another pulley here. These two pulleys are connected with the help of a conveyor belt. There is a conveyor belt made of the insulating material. So, this pulley keeps on moving due to this motor, and this conveyor belt also keeps on moving in this part. Now, this is placed on a stand over here. There are two spray combs, one is this and one spray comb is here. These spray combs are used to spray charges, that is basically corona discharge. This spray comb is connected with the high tension battery over here, high voltage battery, and at this point corona discharge takes place. So, due to the action of sharp points, positive charges are sprayed. These positive charges are sticking to this conveyor belt, and with the help of the conveyor belt coming up, as these positive charges comes up, again corona discharge takes place here. So, these negative which are here, that neutralizes these positive charges, and this side positive charges keeps on collecting. By this way, more and more positive charges are collected on the surface of this hollow sphere. So, when positive charges are collected over here, then potential keeps on increasing and we can develop potential up to the few million volt. Now, if you keep here any ion charge, any charge particle over here, so under the high potential it can be accelerated and it can be made to strike to any target whatever are here. But see here, if you keep on increasing potential on this, a time will come when the potential is very high, or you can say the potential becomes or electric field gets developed, which is equal to dielectric strength of air. Dielectric strength of air is around 3 into 10 raised to power 6 volt per meter. So, up to that electric field, if it develops here, then the surrounding air gets ionized and the leakage of charges starts. To avoid this leakage of the charges from the outer surface, this whole apparatus is sealed inside it is kept actually inside a cage where some gases like nitrogen and methane are placed, and we can avoid this leakage of charge. So, by this way, if the radius of this shell is suppose r, so then we can write potential is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r. So, this is about the working of the Van de Graaff generator.